Moby, please tell me. Play was the biggest electronic album ever at the time. I want to know what's changed at you as an artist since then. I mean, what's the difference between Moby the artist that created Play and Moby the artist that made Destroyed?
Well, when I was working on the album Play, I didn't expect anyone to listen to it because at that time, the album before Play was called Animal Rights, which is a very dark, very strange sort of punk rock record. And Animal Rights got terrible reviews, it didn't sell anything. So when I made Play, I didn't think anyone was going to listen to it. And the success of it was such a surprise. And then, so from 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 3, 4, 5, like I found myself leading a little bit more of sort of like a rock star life. And I realized I don't like the rock star life very much. Like I was going to a lot of award shows and dating models and going to parties and doing too many drugs, and it was just, it's not me. But it was sort of an experiment almost. And so I guess the difference now is, for most of my career as a musician, of course I love music, but I was also sometimes thinking about the music business, and now I never think about the music business. So this album, Destroyed, and the last album, Wait For Me, they're just albums that I wanted to make. And I don't expect anyone to buy them. I don't really expect them to have any commercial success. I love making music and I love making albums. And I sort of am grateful for the fact that the music business in 2011, no one buys albums anyway. So it kind of leaves me free to just work on music for the love of music.
You said on the phone that Romania is on the good track regarding the electronic music scene. Have you, I don't know, any Romanian artist made an impression on you?
Well, this is what's interesting about, especially the world of electronic music, is I never really know where anyone's from. And it's one of the beautiful things about dance music and electronic music is there's no language barrier. Like for the longest time, like with rock music, with pop music, with R&B, for someone to succeed, they had to sing in English. It was almost like, or they could succeed in one country and that's it. Like you could be a French rapper and do well in France, but nowhere else in the world. Yeah. And what I love about electronic music is it's truly international. You can have, I don't know, a Romanian DJ or a Dutch DJ or a Japanese DJ producing tracks that go out into the world, like David Guetta. No one knows where he's from, and he doesn't speak English very well, but he produces, and I'm not saying, I like him. I don't really play his records that much when I DJ, but I think it's great. Even like Daft Punk, for example, they don't speak any English, but they have success on an international level. So I do like that it's a level playing field where anyone can make electronic music. So to answer your question, I know that I play Romanian records when I DJ. I just don't know which ones they are because dance music now is so anonymous and international.
You were talking about David Guetta, Daft Punk. I know over the years you've been working with Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, a lot of artists. I want to know if you would like to go on a holiday with any of them.
Do you know what's funny? I've worked with so many people over the years. Everyone from the Beastie Boys to Britney Spears to Aerosmith to Michael Jackson. And that's a good question. Who would I actually want to be friends with? The only one is Chris Christopherson. And he's an old country western musician. People know him more as an actor. He was in the Blade movies. But of all the people I've worked with, he's my favorite. Just because he's probably 75 years old. So, because I don't really like too many musicians. I think they're a little too arrogant and they're a little too self-important. So Chris Christopherson, maybe, get some acoustic guitars, drive across the country, play songs.
I know you are involved in a space project, a space program. Have you? Sort of. I want to know if you've been considering of being the first artist that recorded a track or a single or an album, why not, out of space.
Well, I would love to. there's two problems. One, going into space is very expensive. And two, there's like, okay, so here's the Earth. Let's say this is the moon. So when people think of space, they usually think of going to the moon or going far away. Space just means where the atmosphere ends, which is actually really close to the Earth. And so when people talk about commercial space flight, they're talking about flying up, I don't know, 50,000 meters instead of 12,000 meters. So you're still very close to the Earth. You know, you're not even where the space shuttle is. You're just outside of the atmosphere. And I'd rather wait till space flight gets a little better.
I understand. Do you believe in parallel universes?
I have no idea. I mean, it's a complicated question. I have no idea what the truth of existence is. I have no idea what's real and what's not real.
Do you think that art doesn't come from happiness?
It can. I mean, there's a lot of very joyful art, but there's also a lot of sad art made by happy people and happy art made by sad people. You know, I mean, like, I don't know, I can think of a lot of pop artists who make really happy songs and you know that they're very depressed people.
I saw the video for The Day single, and I was a little bit, I don't know how to say it, impressed. I want to know what's your relationship right now with the spiritual world.
Well, what fascinates me is that if we look at quantum mechanics and we look at a lot of spiritual traditions, everything, I mean, like even the teachings of Christ and mystical Judaism and Taoism and Buddhism and Hindu, they all sort of say that the world that we perceive is not the world as it really is. There's one of my favorite quotes it's a Taoist quote, and it says that birth is not a beginning and death is not an end. I think that kind of sums it up.
I want to know if Lie Down in Darkness is going to be your next single, and what should we expect from the video?
It's the next single, but it's strange to even call them singles, because in the old days you would actually release a single and people might buy it, it would get played on the radio, and now we just decide that we like it as a track, and so we make a video for it. The video for Lie Down in Darkness, it's sort of imagining if Yuri Gagarin had lived a long life, and then it's an older astronaut, an astronaut in his 70s, looking back on his life, and so it's not a pop video. It's quite slow and cinematic, and I don't expect anyone to watch it, but I like it.
What's your message for your Romanian fans?
My message is that I have a pretty simple message, that I'm happy to be here, and I never expected to have a career as a musician, so I'm still really happy and grateful for the fact that people are willing to listen to my music. So, and I'm going on to perform soon, so I hope that people enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure.